Hey people, good morning, early morning. It's your blind buddy coming to you on my little, I call now my little blind buddy network. I did a video back in I think my 37th video, and I said that if that was the Lord will, there'd be another one come out. Here we go. And said that's why I have to apologize because a lot of times I get down in my spirit, man, and I'm like, people ain't paying no attention because people generally don't. And they prompt me. It's like, Father, well, why do we do what we do? And it's like, and it got me to thinking. I said, God, I talk a lot about coming away from the world and being part of what money is. Money was inputted into the Bible because, the spirits pretty much let me know God is not a God of money. God don't want our money. You understand what I'm saying? God don't want what we've classified as, to him, money. God wants our time. That's what God gave us, is time. God didn't give us money. God wants our time. And that time, the time he gave us, it's the time he wants us to listen to him and so he can tell us he ain't studied money. So, this it prompts me to send this out to men. This right here is to me, and I've done one for God's daughters, and this is for God's sons. If you truly call yourself and consider yourself one of God's children, then you're either male or female. And if you're a male, then you're one of God's sons. If you're keeping his commandments, then that's what you will be called through the faith, through Jesus Christ. Now, if you ain't doing, then you do it. If you're not doing any of these things, then you're not a son of God. I don't know what God will call you. But this is standing. I see a lot of times. Well, I don't know why I keep saying I see. But I'm human, so humor me. You know what I mean? But I'm hearing. I pay attention to the analytics. So I want to hear things. I want to see. And what I see is people not even paying the video no attention. I'm smart enough to be able to figure out things. I'm just not that I'm looking for certain things to happen for me. It's me, more or less caring about how many people are actually paying attention to what I'm saying. Because this is serious. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And to the men out there, it's like, you should know better. God is going to hold the man to a higher standard. You understand what I'm saying? And the women of God, they know this. And the men are falling by the wayside every day by not being men. You understand what I'm saying? They got this watered down, falsified idea of what a man is, and it's solely catering to everything that the woman wants, and that's what this world revolves around. It. A true man of God does what a man of God is supposed to do, and it's not catered to a woman. I'm sorry, this is gonna, excuse my language, piss a lot of people off. But I understand what house I'm living in. So I know where the anger is gonna come from. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's gonna come from the gender that wants to be catered to. And I'm sorry, that gender likes to be called a god or be treated as such, and it's not such. And any man that's catering to it and putting it ahead of God, you got some dog days coming. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You got some dog days coming. And I don't care how you feel about it. You can be as Herodias was, with John the Baptist. You can, I understand what the deal is. So I know what spirit is out here in this world. So You don't frighten me, you know. So I know what would come upon me, and it wouldn't be nothing but the spirit of Jezebel and Herodias. They wanting the head of somebody that would tell you you're wrong. You'll send these men of the world instead of men of God. You know what I'm saying? Because a man of God ain't fixing to cater down and do something that will go against God, like killing somebody because a woman is mad because she don't want to be told she's wrong. And these men, so-called men, are not sons of God. They're men of the devil, you know. And they don't want to be called this because they said, well, I love my, you know, it's one thing to love, but it's another thing to put on a pedestal. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. Cause coming together in the spirit of who woman is, she would know who she is. And she lets a man do what a man does in who he is in God, not who she wants him to be. You understand what I'm saying? So I put this out there and I can come bold with it because, you know, a man of God I've been that man until God showed me what his sons do. And I take the responsibility for me not having the knowledge, but the knowledge that God has given me. You ain't gonna tell me I ain't no man now. I'm a son of God. You know? I know who I am, so you can't do nothing but send me to my rightful place. But I'm gonna say what I need to say because I am a man. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not defined by anyone on this planet. I'm defined by my Father, about just who I am. My Father defines me. You know, so with that being said, a real man of God knows that I'm telling the truth. A real man of God will stand up for what I'm telling and what I'm saying. A man that's not a man of God will cower down and want to rough up and come at me in an aggressive manner and try to tear down what I'm saying on behalf of a woman. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, it won't be by any knowledge that he knows himself that God will bestow upon him. It will be knowledge that he feels he should be able to bestow because of his feelings about a woman. Mm-hmm. Trust and believe when I tell you, men, I know what I'm talking about. The spirit of woman comes from inside of a man. That's where God took her from. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna break it down and give you some knowledge that you ain't never heard before. And this world ain't gonna let you know because of where it's coming from. You wanna know where it comes from? It comes from God. That's right. Cause man come from God. God took woman from man. The spirit of woman has always been in man. The nurturing side of man is in woman. That's why a woman is so nurtured. She got to come back to where she's supposed to be. She's fighting, and you're letting her fight. You're letting the emotional side of yourself get the best of you. Understand me when I tell you, fellas, I know what I'm talking about. And if you can't control the emotional side of yourself, that's a part that you dragging along with you. God ain't fixing to let you in his house unless you can control your emotions. So woman has gotten man acting so full of his emotions that she operates independent of him now and makes herself look as if she has more control than her emotional counterpart, which should be the man. Understand me, this is how LGBT gets started. A male grows up with his mother. She should teach him to respect his father, first and foremost. Mm-hmm. So if she teaches this young boy to disrespect his father, then this young male grows up to be as emotional as a female rather than manly as a man. So when he becomes to the point to where he's 12 years old, just like Jesus was, how can he be about his father's business if his mother didn't even teach him his father existed? So this young male grows up in the emotional side of where he comes from rather than the manly side of who he's supposed to be. Now, he's chasing his emotions and not realize that he's actually the man. So you're chasing emotions. And it's the same way if you think you're a man chasing a woman, you're chasing emotions. Stand yourself and be man like you were created to be. Your emotions should be the last thing that you're worried about. Understand what I'm saying? If you're a real man, this don't make you mad. If you're not a real man, then I'm gonna make you mad. Just guess what? Talk to God. Go tell God on me. And if I just told you anything wrong, I'll sacrifice myself. I know what I'm talking about. And you do too if you're a real man of God. I'm not afraid of woman. Woman can't do nothing. My emotions have been tamed. I know how to nurture. I know where nurturing comes from. So, the nurturing part of me has to catch back up with me. You understand what I'm saying? And the nurturing part of me has to be as I am as a nurturer. Because I know when to nurture and I know when to put you in your place. A father knows when to say no and knows when to mean what he says, when he says what he says. And there ain't no bending. That's what makes God God. And the same thing has to be with your faith. When you're going to claim to be a son of God, you don't bend on things that God himself would not bend on. Understand this. This is what a real man is. A real man don't walk around and try to find a reason to gruff up against a man for telling him things that God would put through his sons. Now, if you buck against the truth, then who do you say you are? You understand? Now, you can go through the Bible and flip it like a deck of cards if you need to. But if you ain't gonna pay the truth about it, no attention as to who you're supposed to be, then going through trying to pick and choose in a manner to where you're financially well off in a place where if you knew the truth, you know good, you would know God ain't fixing to have us trying to build this place up. Sons of God, God's true children, know that you don't live here. You're supposed to be building up in the spirit. You're not supposed to be building up here. You're trying to stay in the flesh. The sons of God know we live in the spirit. And we're down here to get people to understand, stop living in the flesh and follow the spirit. Those that come to speak in the spirit, they come to speak in the spirit for a reason. They speak in the spirit as men. They don't speak in the spirit as fleshly beings that desire fleshly things. Understand me? People may look at me and say, well, who do you think you are? Well, who do you say I am coming to you telling you what I'm telling you? If you can't find truth in it, who do you say you are? That you can tell me any other truth that would destroy what I'm telling you and make it untrue. If you go in and try to use the word of God, you'll find that I'm telling you the truth. And all you're doing is bucking against what you know to be the truth. So who do you say I am? Other than the truth that comes and stands before you and tells you the truth. Now deal with it. You either a man or you don't exist. Because God created man in his image and in his likeness. From that man, he took a spirit of man, made a fleshly being as a helpmate. Why, it was never meant for a woman to even be there, because if you take a piece of a man and wrap the spirit of man, that it's going to automatically want to take it over, because that's what man is. Man was made to be in charge. So if you take a piece of a spirit of man and put another fleshly being around it, she's going to want to take it over. That's how woman was beguiled. She was beguiled in the spirit of evil, of her thinking who she wants to be. It's not true. She has to come back to who she's supposed to be. And that's in the spirit of, not in charge of. So you can stand with your L's, you can stand with your G's, B's, and your T's, Q's, I, and your A's. It don't matter. At the end of the day, there ain't but two genders. You know, you're either a man or a woman. And I don't care how you slice the cake, one way or the other, it's gonna go in your mouth if you're trying to eat it. So, deal with it. I'm not against anybody. I'm just telling you the true facts. Now, woman, you have come out of your place, and you've been out of your place for a long time. Man, you have come out of your place, and you've been out of your place for a long time. You need to get back in your place. And if you don't know how to do that, then I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you the truth. You don't want to accept it. It ain't my fault. But coming against me won't change the fact that it's the truth, and you know it's the truth. Excuse me. I say things that people won't say, because the truth is what people run from. I done been to a lot of churches, a lot of different churches. I walk in, a lot of times I don't even make it to the door. The spirit be on me so heavy. The churches I ain't never been to, they would turn me around and at the door. I'm like, what? I ain't never even been there. Been to a lot of churches where pastors don't even want to talk to me. I never knew what it was. And I've been asking God, I'm like, I was looking for the truth. I'm like, God said the truth is in y'all. You got to do is open your mouth and it'll come out. And guess what? I believe I can fly, because that's what it's been doing. It's been flying out ever since. So if you don't believe it, this message right here, I know. How can I speak the truth except it be given me? And I understand what that means. And I hear what comes out of me. So if you don't, guess what? Your boy do. Your boy do. And I'm telling you, men, if you a man of God, you better stand up. And this ain't no joke. This goes from Trident to president. It goes to everybody. You can send this to Trump. God is calling all men. If you call yourself a son of God, you better be keeping his commandments. And you better be lifting up and building in the spirit. Because you continue to build in the flesh, this is where you will die. Understand what I'm telling you to be the truth. If you continue to build in the flesh, you will die. Understand me. This is your blind buddy. I'll let you on the next one.